Hi everyone, welcome to Tammy's Creative Cards and Crafts. I'm Tammy, and I know that the top of my head is cut off, but I wanted to give some table spaces. I'm trying to do a new view with my camera here so you can get my sewing machine in and my sewing mat and workspace here because I'm going to do a tutorial today on making some lanyards. If I back up a little bit. Anyways, so I made several of these lanyards. Very, very pretty. They have a nice swivel clip on the end that swivels around. These are 1-inch swivel clips, and I ordered them from Amazon. I think you get 50 in a pack for around $10. If you're ordering them in the US, they might be a bit cheaper, but they work great. And these ones are not sewn yet. I have just pressed these and put the clips on, but I'm going to show you how to make one all together. So I have several over here. I'm sure you can see all the different colors. I'll just show you a few. But they're very, very pretty when they're all done. And I'm going to be using these for my craft show. I will mention that this one in particular, of course, it has some directional print on here. So one thing I noticed with this is, once you put the directional print on, if you had it in one big piece, when you have the print going down, and I'll actually show you with one that doesn't have a clip on it. Here's a piece here, unfolded and everything. So you have your long strip of directional print. This is the right side. And when you fold that, like as if it was going to go around your neck, well, it's the right side's this way, but when you turn it around, it's upside down. So what you have to do with any directional print is you, instead of cutting it into one strip, you cut it into 2 strips. And I'll give you the measurement in just 1 second. You're going to cut that in 2 strips, cut this here, and then you're going to turn this one around. So this would be going the right way, and you're going to have this one going upside down, so that when it hangs down the other way, it'll actually, both of them will come down the right way. Actually, I'll just cut this so you can see what I mean. It's easily to visualize it when you can see it. So let me just cut this. Okay, so here's 2 strips now. I've cut the 1 strip into 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put right sides together. I'm going to turn it. This is the right side. I had it the right way. Put this one up. I'm confusing myself, sorry. You're going to put right sides together. You're going to sew it at 1/4 inch at the top. And then when you press that out, you press your little seam flat. And I'll just put some clips on here so you can see what this looks like. These little magic clips are fantastic. So just pretend that that's sewn. So now when you open that up, you're going to have one piece that's going up and one piece that's upside down. But when that goes around your neck, see, both of them are the right way. And that's what you want. Okay? So that's how you deal with directional print. Most of the other ones that I've cut don't have directional print. So they're just regular colored. And it's much easier. You don't have to worry about, cutting them in half. What have you. So let's get started. The measurement for this is 4 inches by 42. So 4 inches across, 42 inches in length. And the first thing you're going to do is press your cloth. And I'm just going to do this with you as I'm talking. I didn't do anything ahead of time because I like to show you exactly what I do here. I have one of these beautiful wool pressing mats, and they're absolutely fantastic. Okay, so I'm just going to press this flat here. This iron is very hot, it's great. Okay. And then you're going to take your piece and you're going to put wrong sides together and just fold it in half. And you're going to press that down all the way down your piece. And get a nice crease in there. I don't know if you recall earlier in my video this week, I think one of the things was, doing something that makes you happy. I love ironing. I think it's very relaxing, peaceful, and sometimes I put music on and sing away in here. And then actually I was doing some lanyards in here earlier, and I had my little TV on and I was watching David Attenborough, one of the Planet Earth videos, which I love. Okay, so now I have that all pressed in half. So now you're going to open that up, and you're going to take one side and fold it into the crease and kind of just finger press that all the way down as far as you can go on your ironing board, or just kind of get it in its spot and use your finger to kind of finger press that down. And it's great when the material is nice and warm, because it'll start to stay down for you. And then take the other side and do the same thing. Go to the center fold line there. And then I'm just going to take my iron and press those two pieces down. And then do this all the way down your whole strip. I hope everybody is enjoying your Friday. I heard a funny joke today that you can tell your grandchildren or your kids today. You can say, "Did you hear about the new movie coming out about the whale that likes cheese? And they say, no. What's it called? And you can tell them, oh, it's called Brie Willie. I like all those cute little jokes. I love them, one, because my kids think they're so corny, which, you know, and I love telling them to my grown children because they're like, oh, Mom, and they roll their eyes, even though they know it's funny. But my son thinks he's the funniest person in the family. And, of course, he gets his humor from me. But I love having these funny little jokes from my granddaughter, who is 9 and adorable. And she would love those little jokes like that. Brie Willie. Now, if you haven't seen the Free Willy movie, you wouldn't even know what that pertained to. And you'd be like, what is she talking about? That doesn't make any sense. So I'm just finishing this off right here. Okay, so now you have your strip, and it's folded, you know, down into your crease. Then again, it's folded in half and down to your 1-inch strip. Because your swivel hook is 1 inch in here. Now be careful when you buy these, because some of them say 1 inch, but then it'll only be 3/4 of an inch in the opening. So you have to be careful when you're buying those. So I'm just going to put my swivel hook on there. And that's going to go, I'm just going to call them back. And that's going to go on there and go right to the center. And you have it just like that. So what you're going to do now on the other end is you're going to open it up. So I have my hook down here. Now you can do one of two things. You can sew all this down first, and that's fine, and then put this together, but it's very easier to do this, or much easier to do this. So what I do is I open this up, and you're going to sew right sides together. Okay? So you're going to put them up, the two pieces together, and sew right sides together. And you're just going to sew at like 1/4 of an inch. I have my foot on 1/4 of an inch press or sewing foot on here, and that just helps keep everything nice and straight. So, and you want to back space at the front and the back, or the start and the end. Getting tongue-tied today. Okay, so I have my 1/4 of an inch there. And what I'm going to do is just lay that down. And I want to press that flat open. And you can do it with your fingers. Just like a nice finger press there, so that your seam lays flat. And then basically what you're going to do is fold your fold back together, just like that, so that everything fits together. Okay. And then what I like to do, just because that has like a little bump there, just go and take your iron and just go over that just for a quick second, just to give that a nice press down. There. And now you have joined your two pieces, and it gives it a very nice look. Okay, so I have taken my side off the sewing machine. I can move this over so you can have a better look here. And what I'm going to do, and my clip is on there, is I'm going to sew my lanyard all the way around 1/4 inch, starting with the side that is open up there. And I usually start at the seam that we just put together. And sew at 1/4 inch, take your time. I have a little thread there I just want to get rid of. And sew that all the way around. Once you get to your little swivel foot, just keep pushing it forward. But try to keep as straight as you can and keep your material, together. These are like great little gifts you can give somebody. People can use them for putting their keys on. You can get little ID tags that can go on here. Great little stocking stuffers. Another little thread there I just want to cut off. This is actually my first year having them at the craft show, but I have a couple more threads, but I heard that there are I've had a couple people ask me about them, and asked me to make some, so that's what I'm doing. Okay, I'm just going to backspace here. Okay, so I have completed that side, and now I'm just going to turn it around and do the 1/4 inch on the other side. Like I said, this is a very quick project. Getting that out of the way there. if you wanted to teach your kids how to sew, this would be a great beginner project, or anybody that's just starting out sewing. This is a great beginning project. Okay. All right, so let me trim these little threads. Okay, so now we have our nice seams on each side. So now what I want to do is where I've made that seam at the top, that's my center point. So I want to make down here my center point. So what you can do, what I like to do, is totally take this and flip it around so that your seam is down here where your swivel hook is, instead of having that bulky seam up there by your neck. Now this is nice and there's nothing bulky up there. So take this little seam there and wrap it right around your swivel hook. You won't even notice it. And what you're going to do is you're going to sew right across about a quarter of an inch or a half an inch up. Try to keep it close to your hook, but you want to, keep it that you can move it. And you have to keep it enough away that you can get it under your sewing machine there. Okay, so it's about approximately a half an inch up. And try to keep it straight. And this part, take your time, because you want it to make it look nice and neat, especially if you're making it for somebody else. And you're going to go across and come back and go across and come back. So that's why I said take your time to make it nice and straight. Okay, let me trim these little threads off. And as you can see, I made a nice little stitch across there. And guess what? In the matter of a few minutes, you made a beautiful lanyard that somebody can put their ID, their keys. You can even put a little key ring on here. I did have some key rings here, but you can put a little key ring on here. Like I said, you can get the little photo packets to put IDs on, but they're great for your keys or whatever you want to put on here to keep safe. And lots of people use lanyards. They're just fantastic. So I hope that you enjoyed, let me smooth that this way. I hope that you enjoyed this video. It's the first of many that I'm going to be doing for my craft show. Well, I actually have done a couple already. And I'm going to be also doing key fobs. I'm going to show you how to do the book pillows. Several videos that are coming up, and doing many tutorials. So if you're not a subscriber of my channel, please subscribe. And please give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Comment, and I will definitely message you back. It was wonderful to have you on my channel, and I look forward to seeing you again. Bye-bye.